Hey there, welcome back to Best Green Homestead. Today we're here in the greenhouse on a day with an extreme cold warning. This morning it was minus 41 with the wind chill, that's Celsius, minus 41 Celsius. You can see we got a lot of snow buildup over the last snowstorm that hit most of eastern North America, it looked like. But here I just wanted to kind of show you, we're going to do a full tour of the greenhouse later. We still are in the works getting it cleaned up. We just got it together later in the winter, beginning of the winter. So we still got some tidying up to do from the construction of getting things done and the fences built here, and still have some things to tweak as we perfect it with breeding. You can see behind me here, we've got our lavender split Moran, and then over here we have our black and blue copper Morans, as well as some Bardrocks in there, which make our Midnight Majesty Morans. But in the middle here is what I'm going to show you today mostly. So in the front here you can see we've got our blue and black Americanas. There's our blue Americana girl there. And here's the black Americana Roo. I'm due to gonna put down a bunch of hay. At first we left it for a while because there was actually green grass in here for the longest time, and they slowly ate that all up. But they enjoyed, it always gets above zero during the day. Even in the coldest days, it is never below zero on a sunny day in the winter in this greenhouse. It's actually amazing, with basically no heat at all, just the good old power of the sun and passive solar heating. So not to finish up here, blue Wheaton, splash Wheaton, and black Wheaton Americanas, they just call them Wheaton Americanas. They are lovely breed. Both the Americanas, she's a little dirty from pecking in the dirt there. They love doing dust baths in here on sunny days. They make nice holes. So these are our breeders, and we'll get into more depth on that later. So what I wanted to show you mostly today is the chick setup. We get a question asked very often when people pick up chicks, people talking to us on social media and whatnot, and that is, do you need heat for chicks? The short answer is yes. The long answer is yes and no. You don't need a heated room, a heated space. You don't need a whole heated barn. But in here, they get this Ohio brooder, and sometimes we'll put shavings on the top when we have really young chicks to hold the heat in. It also keeps their poo from getting on there, so you don't have to scrape it off. But so this is what you call an Ohio brooder. We made 2 of them last winter. Here's another one with just one light I had in it. It's flipped up. We don't have as many chicks in here right now, so we don't need it. But the idea is it has 2 heat lamps in either side, and I'll flip it up here, and you can make this out of nothing but 1 sheet of plywood and a few 2x4s. So it can cost around $50, and a few electrical lights and a little bit of spare wire maybe that you have. So you put these blocks under it to raise it up when you need to get it higher as they get older. Since it's pretty cold, I don't have it as high as I normally would. But the idea of this is it's an envelope of heat. So the heat comes out of the heat lamps, rises up, gets trapped in there, and it has to radiate down and out. So it doesn't want, like, heat rises, right? So it doesn't want to escape. So this can be used in a barn, a garage, a shed, ideally a greenhouse in the winter, and it can be the only source of heat that your chicks have. And they say that one of these 4x4 Ohio brooders, I'll flip it up now, can raise up to 200 chicks at a time. Now that's usually meat birds. Now you can see they're scattering a little bit. Most of them are warm and they're just going around eating here. We've got many different breeds, but you see the 250 watt heat lamps. Now you can lower those heat lamps. Oftentimes we only have 175, or when the birds get bigger, 100 watts, and just keep it a little bit lower, high enough so they can get out the side. But right now I've got the 250 watts, and I've been putting the 4x4s under. I don't have them under right now because I just put down some fresh shavings. So what is the temperature in here? I said it never gets below zero. Well, you might not believe me, so let's show you. I've got a thermometer right over here, which is right next to the wall, which is gonna radiate some cold off of there, or drafts if there's any drafts, but we've got a snow buildup. Now, I say it never gets below 0 during the day. That's when it gets up to its warmest around noon. But you see here, it's almost 2 degrees. We'll call it 1 degree. 1 degree, that is a big deal. 1 degree Celsius, when right now it's minus 27 degrees Celsius with the wind chill. Minus 27. That is a 30-degree difference just in the ambient temperature inside this greenhouse. Now, I'll mention I could get that a lot better if I sealed up. We have ventilation that we don't have open right now, but when it gets warmer and they need a little bit more ventilation, we can turn on this exhaust fan. We'll have it controlled by a Wi-Fi thermostat, which can turn this on and off. We could always, for a cooling plug, and it can also be turned on and off for a heat lamp, like we could have it rigged up to this Ohio Brooder. So that's about a 30-degree difference here. Now you can imagine how warm it is under there. When I flip it up, it's really warm. I can hang out in here. I'm hot with the way I dress for outside. I'm sweating. I have been sweating since I got in here. But you can see the chicks are really comfortable. We barely even need, I had a big waterer. I don't even have a heated water. I just keep it to the side where the heat lamp is. But last night it did freeze. So I had to bring them some water in those for now. These are some Wheaton Americanas that we hatched, blue black splash. There's a female. Some of those are males, but we've got a few. There's another female there. The females are the beige ones. So that's the Ohio Brooder, and that's how you keep it very warm in here.